How about how long do you intend to keep doing this? Years and years, it sounds like, right?
Well, as long as I have the motivation, it's hard to say. It just depends on how long I have the motivation to do it. I will know myself at that point, whether or not I want to continue. I feel that I've already demonstrated the main point that I've tried to do. I've already shown on multiple claims that he has made that his worldview is not coherent, and he has no basis for intelligibility according to his own worldview. I've already did that, and it's all basically I'm just sitting back and listening to him. It's not something I'm really doing. I'm just taking notes and listening to what he says and comparing his own worldview. So I've already basically achieved my objective, I feel. But as long as I feel motivated to do it, I will do it.
Yeah, Darth Dawkins' debunked point is that he doesn't need to bring up a point that defeats Darth Dawkins' worldview if Darth Dawkins has repeatedly in the past contradicted himself. Saying that, for example, how God cannot change necessary truths, 1 + 1 = 2, but in the same other video, he says that God can make it so that 1 + 1 = 3. That's an obvious contradiction.
Right. Yeah, that much I got.
Yeah, my question.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to interject. There's a similar claim that he made. He had said one time, not only one time, but he had made the claim that God, his biblical God, cannot act against his own will or against his own nature. He cannot do something that is more ultimate than himself, or do something that is more, since he is the creator, he cannot create a state of affairs which is more ultimate than himself. But he also said that Jesus Christ, who is the part of the Trinity, and Darth is a Trinitarian, and Darth believes that Darth said that Jesus could, under certain conditions, create a rock so heavy that he could not lift.
So I guess my question for you is, what would you say is the ultimate basis for truth?
Quadrahedron.
I was kidding. Sorry, I couldn't help it. That's all.
Quantum field.
No, that's a terrible answer. Don't ever say that again, Frank.
All right, Darth.
The thing about his argument is that you could just presuppose your own ultimate. Could just say it's a quadrahedron, fundamental physical substance outside of space-time, and I know this because that physical substance revealed it to me. All the processes that I see in nature are indicative of this very thing that necessarily exists, and he couldn't defeat my argument because that's just how he argues for God, but instead of saying a physical substance, he just says it's a mind.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I think Darth's entire worldview, not only Darth, but any of the presuppositionalists, they're making an argument basically from authority. I mean, even Darth's hero, who is Cornelius Van Til, he clearly said that presuppositional apologetics is an argument from authority. Well, okay. Are they the only people that can make an argument from authority? I mean, there's other people that can make an argument from authority too, and there is no reason, as far as I'm concerned, to think that the argument that Darth makes is any more on higher philosophical ground than any other argument from authority. Anyone can create out of thin air an argument from authority. I can create an argument from authority right now. And my argument from authority, all I have to do basically, if you were speaking to me, I could say, no, you're wrong. And why? I would say, well, because based on my authority, you are wrong. And no matter what he says, I will just say, based on my authority, you are incorrect.
Right, because then you could just say that all truth depends upon your authority. So if you contradict the authority, you would be contradicting yourself. So, I mean, that's what he does for God.
That's right.
He says, he says, truth is that which conforms with the mind of God. Okay. Truth is that which conforms with the fundamental physical substance. So you argue against it, you would be arguing against the necessary precondition for intelligibility. Like, it's no different. It justifies anything. That's the problem with presuppositionalism.
That's right. So his argument from authority boils down to the Bible, which claims that it is its own authority. So it's circular, and he admits that it's circular. So if he can play that, hey, what's fair for the goose is fair for the gander.
Is there any particular things that really stood out as like the most interesting?
Well, I think it's very interesting when he starts talking about the uniformity of nature and physics, and it was very funny if you watched his chat with Dr. J. Garfield. This was maybe about 2 months ago, talking to Dr. J. Garfield, and he talked about physics as the same as the uniformity of nature or something like that. Very funny how Darth conflates many of his terms, and that right there is one of the reasons why he contradicts his own worldview, is because he conflates these terms, and so he gets himself into a philosophical mess when he does that. He doesn't even realize he's doing it, but that is exactly what's taking place.
I saw the one, I think it was with T-Jump, when his answer was reality. And Darth said, what is reality? Didn't know what reality was.
Well, I think to be charitable, he's asking for clarification there, because, like, what do you mean by reality? Darth views reality as like an abstraction.
Okay, to be charitable with Darth, as far as I'm concerned, in context, when you look at this guy and how he treats others and his interactions with others, this is a guy who, if you are charitable to him, he's going to come up with a blade and he's going to cut your throat for being so nice. So I learned this personally on a one-on-one basis when I actually had my interactions with Darth. Learned, don't give him an inch. And he says the same thing about his own position. He says he will not give them anything. And that's my view too. I will not give Darth anything. I won't give him the benefit of the doubt. I will not be charitable with him. Whatever comes out of his mouth, whatever he says, that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to weaponize it, because that's what he does.
Yeah, I was always nice to him when I spoke with him. Even when he was mean to me, I would just maintain composure and continuously be nice to him.
Yeah, I don't have any problem being nice to him, but I'm not going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to be charitable. Whatever comes out of his mouth, I'm going to use against him, because that's what he does to other people. So I say to him, Matthew 7:12, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. He's got this double standard. He even admitted it. He calls it a benevolent dictatorship.